विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। Hare Krishna. By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita every day, and we finished in the 11th chapter Vishwarupa. We finished 11 slokas in the Vishwarupa. So here Arjuna asked Krishna to show his universal form Vishwarupa, and immediately Krishna is showing, but before that Krishna gave special eyes, divine eyes to Arjuna, the Divyam Chakshu. Because with those divine eyes only Arjuna could see Krishna's universal form Vishwarupa. But we are very fortunate to understand about Krishna's Vishwarupa universal form, how it looks like. Arjuna is going to explain, we are going to understand everything very clearly by Krishna's causeless mercy. To understand this Bhagavad Gita, of course, we are very gifted, and Krishna has special mercy upon us, and we also have faith on Krishna. So that's why we are getting this knowledge. And in this knowledge, we understand that we need to do everything only for Krishna. Everything should be done as an offering unto Krishna. Otherwise, in this material world, we will be lost ourselves. This world, material world, is an ocean of material miseries. So for us to solve all our problems at once, completely, Krishna has given us the solution completely in this Bhagavad Gita. This Bhagavad Gita is the solutions manual, the solutions guide, basically study guide for us to understand about our life, what we should do, and how we can get rid of all these miseries what we are facing in this material world. And we understand from this Bhagavad Gita that the action what we do, so that's what is binding us into this material world. But we are forced to act every day, every moment, all the time. We are forced by the three modes of material nature. That is because we are not having the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We are attached to material sense objects. Because of that, we are forced to act and forced to suffer in this material way. So Krishna is saying in this Bhagavad Gita, if we get this knowledge, then napunar moham evam yasyasi var. So yajnatva. So Krishna is saying that in this 4th chapter we studied that Krishna gave this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So if we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita fully, then we will not come under illusion again. So that's what Krishna is saying there. So we need to just get this knowledge. Yajnatva. So Yajnatva, in many places Krishna says, Yajnatva mokshashe asubhat, Yajnatva neha bhuyonyade nyatavyam avasisyade. So Yajnatva, by knowing this knowledge, we will be freed from the miseries of material existence. By knowing this knowledge, we don't have to know anything else. But in one sloka, Krishna says in the 4th chapter, sloka number 35, Krishna says that Yajnatva napunar moham evam yasisi pandava. Yena bhutani asesena draksasyatmani yathomai. So when we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Yajnatva, so we don't have to, we will not again come under any kind of illusion. No confusion. Yajnatva napunar moham yasisi pandava. Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul. So Krishna says that approach a bona fide spiritual master that with the pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaga tattva darshinagam, because they are the seers of the truth and they will share, they will give this knowledge unto you. So then Krishna is saying that having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. That's what Yajnatva napunar moham evam yasasi pandava. For by this knowledge you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme. Yena bhutani asesena asesani draksasyatmani yathomai. Draksasya means you will see. So you will see that they are, everything is part of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Or in other words, they are mind. They are mind. Atmani yato mai. Mai means they are mind. So that way everything is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So if we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so then we understand that everyone is soul. And super soul is also there in everyone's body. And all the souls are simply part and parcel of Krishna. Because Krishna said that, Krishna says that they are of my amsa, they are of my nature. So we are all part and parcel of Krishna means Krishna is saying that mamaiva amsa. Mamaiva amsa means they are of my nature. Mamaiva amsa. But the problem is we are in this material world. Mamaiva amsa, jiva loke, jiva bhuta, sanatana. So we are in this material world and we are struggling hard in this material world with 6 senses, including the mind. Manasastani prakritistani, manasastani indriyani prakritistani karsati. With 6 senses, including the mind, we are struggling hard in this material world. So once we get this knowledge that we are struggling hard, as Krishna says that, so we need to control our mind. Asamyatat mano yogo dusprapa iti me mati. So without controlling our mind, we cannot achieve the status of yoga. So without achieving the status of yoga, we cannot get out of this material bondage, material world. That's what we understand. So Krishna says that we have to achieve that. There is the yamhi na vyadayam tete purusham purushar sabha samadukka sukham dhiram somritatvaye kalpati. So when we are not disturbed by the dualities in this material world, so being equal in both happiness and distress, so then only we are eligible for liberation. So otherwise we are not eligible for liberation. We won't be able to get ourselves freed from this material bondage. So only by getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, only by being ourselves equal in both success and failure, so that means free from dualities, so then only we will get eligible to liberate from this material world. So in order to do that, we need to control our mind. In order to control our mind, we need to get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that way, once we get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so then we will be able to, all our confusions will be first of all gone. There won't be any questions. There won't be any questions. There won't be any doubts. No illusions. No doubts. Everything is very straightforward and very clear. We know it. We know what to do, what not to do and everything. So that way in our life, everything we will be able to plan actually. That's what is very important. So everything should be regulated. If you are not able to regulate our activities in our life, then we cannot control our mind, we cannot control our senses, then we cannot control anything. We will be struggling hard in this material world if we are not able to regulate. So that regulating everything is a part of this Bhagavad Gita. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge teaches us about how to regulate. So the regulation of all our activities are possible only. It all depends upon how much attachment we have in this material world. How much attachments, how much. So if we are too much attached in this material world, if we are too much attached, so then we cannot have intelligence. So without intelligence, we cannot give up the attachment to the material sense objects. We cannot regulate our senses. We cannot control our mind. So that's why Krishna is saying that Bhoga Aisvarya Prasaktanam Taya Apagrita Chetasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Samadhav Na Vidyati. So if a person is attached to Bhoga and Aisvarya, so that is the material sense enjoyment and material wealth in this material wealth, Bhoga Aisvarya Prasaktanam. So if our consciousness is carried away, if our consciousness, if our thoughts are stolen away by such attachments, Bhoga Aisvarya Prasaktanam, Taya Apagrita Chetasa, then Vyavasaya Atmika Buddhir Samadhav Na Vidyati. Then we cannot have steady intelligence. So without steady intelligence, we cannot control our mind. So this Bhagavad Gita knowledge gives us the complete knowledge and it clears away all our confusions, all our ignorance and illusions and everything. So that way we will be very sharp and we will be focused on Krishna. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. So it's just only one. See, only directed only towards Krishna. Ekeha kurunandana. So we can simply focus ourselves on only Krishna. That's what Vyavasayatmika buddhi. So all such things are possible only when we get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. That's what we are getting every day. So because in this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, we are directly connecting ourselves with Krishna. We are directly listening from Krishna. That same Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is the creator of this universe, who is the cause of all causes, who is the Lord of the Lords, Deva Deva, Jagatpati, Jagatpati, who is the Lord of the universe. So that same Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, he came to this world and he directly gave this knowledge to Arjuna, and we are studying exactly the same knowledge what Krishna gave to Arjuna. So we are understanding it, everything without any doubt. So that way, this knowledge is everything. So, and we are committed. Krishna's mercy, Krishna is arranging these lectures. It is Krishna's arrangement. So due to Krishna's arrangement, we are able to study Bhagavad Gita every day successfully. We are able to make continuous progress, constant progress, daily progress. Everything is made possible by Krishna. Otherwise, in this material world, we will be simply carried away by too many other things in this material world. But at this point of time, this time every day, this time we are very much committed to study Bhagavad Gita, and we are very sincere in our efforts. So that's why Krishna is making sure we are making continuous progress. Because this knowledge what we are getting, so this is the ultimate knowledge, this is the most confidential knowledge, this is the king of knowledge, and this is the purest knowledge, and this knowledge we are able to study and understand every day and focus ourselves more and more on Krishna. So that way we are able to forget about this material world. Ultimately, when we get this knowledge fully, we need to completely forget everything in this material world. So forget this material world means whatever happens in this material world, it should not affect us. So that is the main thing. So we need to focus our mind. We need to train our mind. So we need to tune our mind only to focus on Krishna, and nothing in this material world should disturb us or bother us. So that's what is very important. So that happens only with practice, with knowledge and application of this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And when we apply this Bhagavad Gita knowledge in our life, and then we will be able to practice and we will be able to train our mind. And then our mind will be all the time thinking and remembering only Krishna, only serving Krishna, not thinking about anything in this material world. That way we will be able to completely disconnect ourselves from this material world. So that is the ultimate goal. So that's going to happen by Krishna's mercy. By Krishna's mercy, because at this point of time, we are already disconnected from this material world. Now we are not thinking about anything in this material world. We don't have to worry about anything in this material world. So because everything is material in this world, everything is made up of matter, everything is temporary, everything is going to, it's just matter of time. So this knowledge has come to us very, very clearly in this Bhagavad Gita. So at least every day we are, while studying this Bhagavad Gita, we are actually completely disconnecting ourselves from this material bondage, material world, and we are able to connect ourselves with Krishna. So that's why we are able to make progress every day, and we are understanding all the slokas in detail. As Krishna told, instructor to Arjuna, everything. We understand all the questions asked by Arjuna and all the answers given by Krishna, we are understanding. And way to way we are understanding, especially from Bhagavad Gita as it is. With this transliteration in Bhagavad Gita as it is, even if we can't read Sanskrit, also we can understand this Bhagavad Gita, because Srila Prabhupada gave this transliteration in Bhagavad Gita as it is. And so that way we are able to understand everything way to way. We are able to understand very clearly what Krishna told Arjuna and the questions asked by Arjuna. We understood very clearly about Arjuna's condition, Arjuna's situation in the battlefield. That is very, very clear to us. And Arjuna's situation was much worse than what we are facing right now in this material world, actually. But the problem is that we are all like Arjuna only. We are all struggling in this material world. And we are all also forced to act like Arjuna was forced to fight in the battlefield. So that point is very, very clear. We need to understand it. Everyone is under constant force. We need to somehow relieve ourselves from this force, this constant force. And as Arjuna asked Krishna that by what one is impelled to sinful acts unwillingly, as if engaged by force. So that force is acting on us, that kama, that desire, and krodha, anger. So that is on us. That is forcing us to do a lot of like sinful acts in this material world. And they are burning like fire. Avritam jnanam etena jnanino nitya vairina kama rupena kaunteya duspurena analena cha. So it is covering our real knowledge. So that's why we are under illusion. So avritam jnanam etena. So our knowledge is covered by this kama. Also that means our knowledge is covered by ignorance. So that's why Krishna is saying that it is because of our ignorance, because we don't have knowledge. So that's why we are doing all kinds of activities, sinful acts in this material world. Ajnanena avritam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaga. So our knowledge is covered by ignorance. Because of that, we are confused. We are tena muhyanti jantavaga. So now we are getting the knowledge. When we get this knowledge, so then we are no more under confusion. When we understand this knowledge, as Krishna asked Arjuna, did you hear the knowledge very attentively? Are your ignorance which are born, are your illusion which are born from ignorance? So that's what, are your illusion born from kachit ajnana sammohaga. Kachit ajnana sammohaga pranastaste dhananjaya. So, did you hear everything attentively? Kachiteta chritam partha tvaikagrena chetasa kachit ajnana sammohaga pranastaste dhananjaya. So ajnana sammohaga means the illusion, the confusion which is born from ignorance, because ajnana, not having the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So once we get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, so then all our ignorance is completely dispelled. It will be completely gone. Gata sandega. Sandega will be gone. Nashto moha. Our illusions will be gone. So that's what is happening with us day by day. When we study Bhagavad Gita every day, when we understand all these slokas every day, and Bhagavad Gita is the continuous source of knowledge. So the knowledge coming in Bhagavad Gita is continuously, Krishna is giving us so much knowledge, and each and every sloka, when we study again and again, we are able to connect with other slokas and we are able to understand fully all the knowledge. We are able to get the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Very, very clear. What is forcing us, why is forcing us, why we are struggling in this material world, and why it's difficult to control the restless mind, and how to control the restless mind, how to make our mind as our best friend, and how to gain intelligence, and how to lead a happy and blissful life, and how to get out of these three modes of material nature. That means free ourselves from ahankara. So all these things are becoming very, very clear with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Once we study this Bhagavad Gita fully, all the 18 chapters, if you understand, very, very nice question. Prakriti, Purusham, Chaiva, Kshetram, Kshetrajam Evacha, Etat Veditum Ichami, Jnanam, Nyayam Cha Kesava. I want to know what is Prakriti, what is Purusha, what is Kshetra, what is Kshetrajna, what is Jnana, what is Jnaya. We should know all those things. Arjuna is asking. Kim tat brahma, kim madhyadma, kim karma, purushottama, adibhutam cha kim proktam, adidaivam kim uchyate, adiyajnaha katam kotra dehesmin madhusudana, prayana kale cha katam neyosi niyatatmavi. So all these questions, many, many questions, we need to know. All this kim, katam, all those things we need to know. So we need to understand. We need to study and understand exactly as Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita. Because then only we can realize that we are the soul. And our time is running out. Our days are numbered. So, before we leave this world, before we lose this body, before we die, we need to make as much progress as possible towards Krishna. We should go to Krishna. We are all going to go to Krishna. There is no doubt. Because we believe in Krishna. We have faith on Krishna. So we will go to Krishna. There is no doubt. But how soon we are going to go to Krishna? That's what is a big question in front of us. So, we should go as soon as possible. We should not keep coming back to this material world many times and struggle and suffer and die. So the sooner we get out of this material bondage completely, we get rid of all the anarthas, all the attachments in this material world, and remember only Krishna, get ourselves attached only to Krishna. So then we can go to Krishna very quickly. So that's why this knowledge is very important. So now in the 11th chapter, actually, we are understanding about Krishna's universal form, Krishna's Visvarupa. When Krishna showed his Visvarupa to Arjuna by giving his special eyes, then Sanjaya was explaining to Dhritarashtra, and what Sanjaya told that there Krishna, Arjuna, actually in the Eva Muktva Tato Rajan Mahayogeswaro Hari Darshayamasa Parthaya Rupam Paramam Rupam Aisva. So Krishna Mahayogeswaro Hari, so he showed his universal form to Arjuna. And that universal form looked like, that's what we studied yesterday, the sloka number 10 and 11 in the 11th chapter. Anekavatra Nayanam Anekadbhuta Darsanam Aneka Divyabaranam Divyanekotyatayutham Divyamalyambarataram Divyagandhanulepanam Sarvaschayamayam Devam Anantam Visvato Mukham. So that's what Arjuna could see. Everything is divine. So Arjuna saw in the universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and wore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. So that's what Krishna's universal form looked like. Now, in the next sloka, in the sloka number 12, what we are studying today, then Sanjay is continuing. Divi Surya Sagasrasya Bhaved Yugapatutita Yadi Ba Sadirshi Syat Basastasya Mahatmanaka Divi Surya Sagasrasya. So, Surya Sagasrasya means thousands of suns. As if thousands of suns, Utita. Utita means have risen, have appeared. So that's what, as if thousands of suns have appeared at once. Divi, in the sky. So in the sky, as if thousands of suns appeared at the same time, simultaneously. So that's what Divi Surya Sagasrasya Bhaved Yugapat Utita. Yugapat means simultaneously. So that's how Krishna's universal form, that light, actually it resembles, that effulgence coming from Krishna in the universal form. That's what Yadibal Sadirsi Sa Syad. So Sadirsi means compared to, like that, similarly. So Sadirsi Sa Syad Basastasya Mahatmanaga. That Basaga, that is Basa means is effulgence. So that's what Basas. So Basas Tasya Mahatmanaga. So Mahatmanaga means the great soul, that is Krishna, the great Lord, the supreme personality of God, Sri Krishna. So that's why Vasas Tasya Mahatmanaga. So if hundreds of thousands of suns were raised to rise at once into the sky, so that's what Divi Surya Sagasrasya. Sagasrasya means thousands. So hundreds and thousands of suns have appeared as if at the same time in the sky. That much effulgence came from Krishna's universal form. That's what Arjuna could see. Arjuna saw in Krishna's universal form. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the sloka number 12 in the 11th chapter. Hare Krishna. I'll stop now and we'll discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.